Was Vasily Lomachenko misquoted in his claim of corrupt and bribing judges? That's what we're going to talk about here today. Let's get into it.
Whatever happened to taking a loss like a boss? The buck stops where, now, I found myself thinking as on Thursday night I saw the interview in which Vasily Lomachenko blamed his loss to Teofimo Lopez back in October not on himself, for throwing a total of 58 punches through 6 rounds, but on corrupt judges. Not landed, he threw 58 punches. He landed 25, according to CompuBox. I am here to tell Mr. Lomachenko, who is in need of a friend or relative to take him aside and tell him he has given his legacy a black eye with his shitty take, which dropped on his web platform, that he really stepped in it. If you haven't heard about the hubbub, interviewer Vladimir Kobalkov asked Lomo what was new, being that he hadn't interviewed him in 2 years.
Now that's pretty much how everybody is feeling when it comes to Lomachenko and him making up excuses. People don't like it, and they feel like he's tarnishing his legacy by doing it. And I would agree. It looks bad, especially all the excuses that he's thumbing through. But he's saying nonetheless, look, I didn't say these things, and you guys have misquoted me, so to speak. The problem with this is Lomachenko has been recorded in too many media outlets as saying this, okay? That means everybody got it wrong, from DAZN all the way down to the people he even interviewed with. That means everybody got it wrong. And if that's the case, Lomachenko can sue these people because they evidently are putting something out here that is false and is not true. You can sue for that if you're out here being misquoted, Lomachenko. But the reason why that's not going to fly, and especially with somebody like me, because with Lomachenko, the same people that did this interview trying to clear his name, which is Ring Magazine, are the same people that quoted him saying that the judges were bribed.
The Ukrainian says the math doesn't compute, tells us the rounds he thinks he won, and then drops a stupid bomb. It's not about bias, it's about being bribed. There was nothing about honest judging.
So let's put this in the proper perspective. The same magazine that's helping you clear your name is also the same magazine that misquoted you. I find that interesting. They misquoted you along with everybody else, along with DAZN, The Sun, and everybody else misquoted you. Like I said, I find that funny. The same people that's helping clear your name is the same people that misquoted you. Like I said, it's interesting to me, but I'll tell you where one of the problem begins. The problem comes in as being that Vasily Lomachenko is a fighter that gets much praise and much support from America and American fans and the media outlets. I don't know, maybe it would be, in your best interest to maybe sometimes do something that cater towards the American fan, like maybe doing some interviews in English sometimes. I just find it funny that this foreign guy that gets a lot of American praise does no catering towards the American boxing fan, the American English-speaking boxing fan. He does no catering towards the American fan base, but yet receives all the support. Last time I checked, all your American fighters talking English, you can relate to them. You know, then you don't have to worry about nobody misquoting you. But it's just funny that he can receive all this American praise and then support, yet he does nothing catering towards his American fan base. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It really is. But nonetheless, Ring Magazine misquoted you. The Zone misquoted you. The Sun misquoted you. Everybody misquoted Lomachenko. Okay? I can't say I'm somebody that believed that because Lomachenko has shown me and to the whole world that he lies. Okay? Lomachenko on that same website, on his same YouTube channel, he told you that this is the first time he would ever be 100% in a fight. This is what he told you to your face on camera. The same damn YouTube channel. He said the same thing. Then he turned around and told you he had a shoulder injury. Okay? Lied straight to your face. No problem. Okay? Then he goes around and say he thinks he won the fight, but this is what he said right after the fight. Now, how can you say you think you believe you won the fight, but at the same time, you said that, you know, his speed, his size was a problem, and it was hard to get anything started and get close to him? That is implying that there was some flaw or some lack of performance, you know, in your execution. You know, it wasn't up to par. Hence, that's why you say that, because you was obviously making excuses for what you could not produce and show in that fight. So how at the same time you could say you think you won, but then on the other hand say that you couldn't get anything started and he was hard to get next to, and the size and the power was a problem? You could say all that, but yet at the same time you say you think you won. That's the same thing with the shoulder shit. You say you was 100%, and then you turn around and say, no, I had an injury. You say you think you won the fight, and then you turn around and say, well, I couldn't get nothing started because the size and the speed was a problem, and it was hard to get anything started. You can't have both of those going at the same time. Something cancels each other out. Something does. So that goes to show you Lomachenko is not above lying. Also, they put out there to the world, they told you Lomachenko gave up a portion of his purse for Teofimo Lopez. Lie. Okay, but let's keep going. They also told you Vasily Lomachenko was the fastest 3-division champ in history. Once again, it only takes a little bit of your investigation and you're going to figure out that was a lie. Now, that's been a lie that's been perpetuated since he jumped on the scene. Okay, and the WBC knows that he's not the fastest 3-weight champion. Okay, people know that out here. But once again, that lie has been kept going and going and going and going and going until somebody like me and a few other people told you that, no, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else already broke that record. They wanted to make you special. Okay? They told you overextending your stay in the amateurs was something good. They told you that was something good. You don't waste your prime boxing years in the amateurs. You don't do that. Okay? Because in case you didn't know, by the time you hit 30 in boxing, you're old. Boxing is a young man's sport. It's more impressive to spend less time in the amateurs and go straight into the pros than spending a whole lot of time in the amateurs and then going to the pros. And once again, being good in the pros is not a prerequisite to being being good in the amateurs is not a prerequisite to being a good fighter in the pros. Before, everybody wanted to praise Lomachenko as being the greatest boxing amateur ever. Do you know who the greatest boxing amateur was considered to everybody? Mark Breland. Okay? But you see, that's another title that they wanted to snatch from somebody and put Lomachenko's name on top. You know what I'm saying? Anything to make this guy seem like he's special. Once again, Lomachenko is manufactured on a lot of levels. You know? But before then, it was Mark Breland. Okay, was Mark Breland an excellent pro? No. 9 times out of 10, the guys that do great in the amateurs, they don't turn out to be great pros. That's just the truth. So who told you what you do in the pros has some sway over your professional career? That's the difference between amateur and professional. Yes, it's cool to have that kind of record beating up on keyword amateurs, people who don't know no better, non-professionals. Yes, you could be a beast doing that. Once again, they've been lying to you. Then they put the comparison. This is the guy that they say would beat Floyd. Can you believe that? Floyd would Arturo Gatti Vasily Lomachenko. That's just the truth. But anything to keep up this false ass image. But the man has lied, okay? And you can clearly see his lies. So do I believe he wasn't saying that? He was saying this, fuck no. Because at the same time, Vasily Lomachenko told us he didn't ask for franchise champion. Mauricio Suleiman came around and said he did ask for franchise champion. Once again, that's another lie. He's caught in. Somebody's lying. That's a lot of lie scandals. So, by just using deductive reasoning, am I a person that's going to go in and just believe Lomachenko now? Being that he told me to my face he was 100%, then turn around and told me he had a soldier injury, then turn around and told me he couldn't get nothing started with Teofimo Lopez. The size was a problem and the speed was a problem. Then turn around and tell me, no, I think I honestly won the fight. I'm supposed to believe a guy like that? You know, I'm supposed to believe the same magazine that wants to help clear your name is the same people that misquoted you along with everybody else? Man, stop it, man. The more y'all try to pamper this guy, the worse the shit just look. You guys, you have to rectify a mistake with Vasily Lomachenko. And that is, you try to do that HBO shit. Once again, it backfired. HBO has already went out of business because they tried to play color-coded favorites, okay? Mayweather put them out of business because of the racist bullshit that they was doing over there. Okay? And you guys haven't learned fucking yet. You're still trying to do the same old shit. Let talent speak for itself. That's what people are afraid to let happen. Letting talent speak for itself. Because what? One group may stand out ahead of the pack than the others. So what? Man the fuck up. Don't be a girl about it. But y'all don't want to let talent speak for itself. This is what I done figured out. Okay? This is why you just can't talk about people's talent. It's always got to be personal. It's always got to be this. It's always got to be this person's bankrupt. This person beats women. This person's this person that. You guys don't want to let talent speak for itself because talent separates the pack by a large margin. And that's something that y'all don't want unless y'all can't incorporate the bullshit, the propagandas, the narrative, and all that other crap. And that's what's wrong with boxing at the end of the day. I'm going to keep preaching this shit. Bruce Wayne, I'm out.